Hey, good evening, everyone. Just thought I'd give you a lesson tonight on some steak and shrimp stir fry. Really simple, really quick, really inexpensive. Pretty simple. These red onions, fantastic and very, very sweet. I'm going to take some red onions, I'm going to take some broccoli, just cut up some of a larger, this is just a quarter of a red onion, this is about a quarter of a head of broccoli, and this is half of a package of shoulder steaks. Okay, really tasty, kind of marbly, a little bit on the fatty side, but really inexpensive. The whole package was about $3. So I started some rice. The rice is almost done. I'm going to put my stuff into the pan here and begin to cook it so that you can see how it's done. It's really, really simple and very, very quick. You're going to cook for yourself or for the lady of your choice. It's a really simple meal that can impress anybody. I've got some shrimp over here. It's just a bag of Publix medium shrimp. They are about $11.99 a pound, so I'll use this 5 or 6 times, for myself and whoever else may be around, whether the kids are here or not. But I've got some oil in a pan over here, and it's warming up. I've got the rice in this pan here, and I'm going to chop up my red onions a little bit so they are going to cook a little quicker if I've got them in smaller pieces. I'm also going to cut up the broccoli so that it cooks very quickly. Broccoli cooks real quick anyway. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't want to overcook broccoli either. You want to still have it a little bit on the hard, a little bit stiff. So that'll go in probably last. Anyway, the steak's going to take about the longest. I'm going to take some soy sauce and some oil in the pan. Just heat it up. I'll put enough in there to give it a nice salty flavor and work into the steak a bit. I'm going to also use some salt and pepper. I've got some peppered all season seasoning here. It's a seasoned salt. Really versatile seasoning that every guy's got to have in his cabinet. It's great for steaks, great for chicken, great for about everything. It adds a little flavor, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. I'm going to quickly cook these steaks, but first thing I'm going to do is get this red onion in there so that it starts to caramelize and get some of the flavors and the sweetness in the red onions working. There's one thing that's for sure: red onions will add great flavor to almost anything. They are so sweet. When you're cooking them, you'll notice that they become glossy. When they become glossy, they're pretty much done. And you can cook them a little further than that, but they become very, very sweet once that happens. So I'm going to get this stuff ready to go and start it moving around. A lot of times I'll put a red pepper in here. I'll put pretty much any kind of vegetable in there, just whatever you like, whatever you think is going to be palatable on the other side of the table for the girls or the kids or whatever. I like regular onions in there. I like some garlic in there as well. I'm not going to add any garlic tonight because I'm going to go out for a little while. And nobody wants to have garlic on their breath while they're talking to people. So I've got a couple of small pieces of steak shoulder medallion here. I'm going to throw those right in there. They're going to cook very, very quickly. I'm going to start the broccoli, kind of cut it down. And all I do is sort of cut it apart. I'll leave some of the stem on. I cut off the big, large stem and get rid of that. I don't like that to be in there. I don't find that to be very flavorful. So just take these small things here. They're going to be ready to go in just a second. This doesn't take long at all. About 1.5 to 2 minutes on either side with these steaks is going to be all that they need. you'll want to have a little bit of, I like mine medium rare, so you'll want to kind of cook them to your tastes, whichever you like, whether it's well done or medium or what. But I tend to want my steaks to have a little redness inside, and so I'm just going to turn those after a couple of minutes there. Get the broccoli in. We're going to be done here in just a few minutes. Very quick meal. I've got the rice pretty close to done. I'm going to add a little bit of salt in there. Rice is kind of bland unless you flavor it up a little bit. I put some butter in it just to give it a little bit of sweetness. Keep it from sticking. And so that's ready to go. Got myself a plate. I'm going to blanket my plate with some rice. And now while the steak's finishing cooking, I'm just going to add a little bit of shrimp in there. And 5 or 6 or 7 shrimp, whatever you think you might want. The whole meal probably runs about $6. Not too bad. For a single guy, just wanting to have a quick meal, pretty simple stuff. I think it's pretty much a single guy's quick meal that you can either do by yourself or just invite over a female of choice and entertain her a little bit with some wine. It'd be great to have some wine with this. I'm going to pour myself a beer, and that's that. Long day, end of the day. Never hurt anybody to just have a nice beer with dinner. So, steaks are about done. Shrimp is about done. Really, the shrimps are already cooked. They come in the package pre-cooked, so what you need to do with them is just really get them on the fire, get them heated up so that they don't have any of the ice from being frozen, and they are ready to go. Don't put too much rice on the plate. I mean, let's face it. You gotta worry a little bit about your weight and about how much carb intake you have. And too much, I gotta work out too hard in the gym tomorrow, and too little, and I'll be hungry in an hour. So neither one is. You gotta kind of find a mix of what you're looking for, what you want out of your dinner, and they're ready to go. So I'm going to place my steak out here. I may even have some leftover on the steak. That would be nice. Have some lunch tomorrow. I'm just going to have 2 of them. 2 medallions and 4 or 5 shrimp, and enough broccoli and red onion to give me some flavor, and some veggies. I'll pour over some of this sauce to give it a little more flavor to the rice, and that's a nice little single guy's meal. Can't beat that. I'm going to sit down and eat. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.